Good afternoon. My name is Donald Main. This is in reference to order number 2610337. The item is an Electro-Harmonix Deluxe Memory Man. Let me show you the unit quickly. Okay. And before I start, I want to apologize for the light. I will do my best to try to shine light on whatever feature I'm trying to show you at any given time. At any rate, I'll continue. Yes, the reason that I'm making this video today is I'm going to demonstrate that the unit is faulty and that and therefore I should receive a refund. I do want to state this quickly. I attempted to make a video a few minutes ago, and the unit did work. However, when I unplugged the unit, when I unplugged its power supply, it quit working. So I think it's fair to say that the unit works intermittently. That's fine, but that's not what I paid for. That unit needs to work at all times. Just a bit of background to give you some context here. The pedal was described by the seller. The name of the shop is Hot Fuzz. That's 2 words, Hot Fuzz. The condition was described as excellent. And the description reads, and I quote, "kept in a smoke-free studio with minimal use and was never gigged with." You guys have access. You guys have access to that, and I've also sent documentation. There is something worth noting in that description. And that is that there's no mention of the power supply whatsoever. Neither that it ships with the power supply or that it does not ship with the power supply. The reason that that's significant is that it's an unusual power supply. This is a 24-volt pedal, and most, as you know, most pedals run off 9 volts. I wouldn't have been particularly upset had I not received a power supply and this pedal runs on 9 volts, because I could have gone to Guitar Center and gotten a Boss power supply. And actually, that isn't true, because the female end does not fit. And secondly, there was no way of my auditioning that pedal when I received it, because I did not receive a power supply. I did order one, ordered a power supply, that is, the day I received the pedal, because I wanted to audition it within the 7-day time window. When I did receive that power supply, which was several days later, I auditioned the pedal immediately upon coming home from work. And that's when I noticed that the pedal wasn't working. I contacted the buyer, or rather, I contacted the seller, who was very slow to respond. and that's and because of the because of that, I reached out to Reverb in an effort to get this resolved. Okay, I'm going to now show you the features of the pedal and show you the power supply that I bought. Again, it's a little dark, and I apologize for that. I hope that there will be enough light for you'd be able to see this. Okay, this is the unit itself, a Deluxe Memory Man. And from left to right, I'm going to show you the feature set. The first knob is the blend knob. The second is the level knob. The third is the feedback knob. The fourth is a it allows you to switch between chorus and vibrato. Now this is simply let me demonstrate. It allows you to choose between one of the two options for modulation. I hope you can see that. The fifth knob is the depth knob, and finally we have the delay knob. Now, let me show you the inputs and outputs. On the right, we have the input, and as you can see on the left, there are two outputs. One for direct out, or no affected signal, and effect out, which is the affected signal. I am now going to demonstrate the pedal. If you can give me just one moment here. Actually, no. I apologize. I want to show you the power supply that I bought. I bought it from Musician's Friend. Let me see if I can get in here so that you can see this. You should be able to see now. If you look down and you see output, you'll see 24 volt. Okay. Actually, it's not plugged in. If you'll give me just a moment, I'm going to set the phone down and plug in the power supply. Now then, I'm going to show you what I have it plugged into. I have it plugged into a Furman power supply, and I actually have the output plugged into a power strip coming out of the Furman power supply. Okay, and this is it right here. It's upside down, sorry. But that is the power supply. I am going to play through a small practice amp. Okay. And I'm going to set all of the knobs at noon, except of course the modulation choice knob. And I'm also going to play out of each output. as you can see here, I'm going to first play out of the direct output. And I'm going to set the phone. You won't really see much, but I want to set it, actually let me set it in front of the amp, and I hope it doesn't clip. But this is dry signal. Okay, now then, I'm going to play through the effect output. Okay, as you can see, I have plugged in through that output. And again, I'm going to set the phone right in front of the amplifier so that you can hear. And again, this is all knobs set at noon. And this is the, as I said, this is the affected signal. I'm going to turn a couple of knobs as I play to demonstrate what works and what doesn't. I'm going to turn the blend knob all the way counterclockwise. I'm going to now turn it all the way clockwise. You can see that it's turned all the way counterclockwise. And with it turned all the way counterclockwise, there is no signal whatsoever. Okay. So the blend is now, the blend is now back to noon. I'm going to turn the level knob up. The level knob is working. Now I'm going to turn it all the way counterclockwise. And as you can hear, there's very little output. All the way back to noon. We have output. Now, what I'm going to do is turn the amp off and unplug the power supply and plug it back in. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. Okay, you can see that I think that you can see that I've unplugged it. And I'm going to plug it back in. The power's engaged. And I'm going to turn the amp back on. And I'm going to once again play through the the effect output. And I'm going to set the phone in front of the amplifier. I just disengage the effect. Okay. So as I said, in fairness, I went ahead and noted that the effect was working, but just to test it, I unplugged the power supply and plugged it back in, and it simply quit working after that. And I think that I have demonstrated to you that this pedal is not in excellent condition. I would not call a pedal that works only intermittently. I would not characterize that as a pedal that's in excellent condition. And also, I want to show this to you. Let me shine the light on this. This was the box it was received in. You can see that the box is a little worse for wear and tear. And again, in fairness, the box is featured in the photo. However, the box is was placed right behind the effect, so you don't really notice the box. I certainly didn't, and it might indicate the condition that the pedal was in, and I think it's worth noting also that I received the pedal in a huge box. The box was I'm just going to estimate here, and this is probably generous, a 3 by 3 by 3 box. That box more than adequately was more than adequate to ship this pedal, and it looked, and the packing job, maybe the best way to describe the packing job is that it looked like it was packed in haste. The pedal and the pedal box that I just showed you were, in fact, they were packed separately from one another. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, unless unless the box is big enough to hold the pedal and the power supply, and the seller didn't want the effect to be jostled around during transport. And it is simply concerning the packing job rather. I don't think that bizarre is necessarily the worst way to describe that. Like I said, it looked like it was packed in haste. It looked like they grabbed whatever packing material they could find and threw these items into the box and then shipped it out. I think that I have not only described the experience I've had with the seller adequately. I think I've also adequately demonstrated that this pedal works at best only intermittently. And I stated it. I stated this earlier. I'll state it again. You don't. When you purchase something, you don't purchase something that's only going to work part of the time. No, you pay for something that you expect to work all of the time. And as I've demonstrated, this pedal is not working. Therefore, I deserve a refund for it. Thank you for your consideration to this matter, and I hope to hear from you very soon. Thank you.